In a vast blue sky, a grand mansion appears amidst a dense forest. Inside, the revered Master Wushan of Mount Wu, with a stern expression, gazes ahead and questions a young girl about Wai Yonho. She responds with determination. "Yes, Master, I'm gathering information to record his history." Hearing this, Master Wushan lowers his head with a faint chuckle. The radiant martial sovereign, Wai Yonho, is it him? Closing his eyes, he tells her that Wai Yonho is a compassionate, upright figure who upholds justice, saves the suffering, and is sent by the Buddha himself. The girl eagerly jots down his words, asking, "So, what was he like in his daily life?" At this, Master Wushan's demeanor shifts. His body trembles inexplicably, and the calm, serene expression vanishes. Veins bulge on his forehead as he opens his eyes, furious, and declares, "That man is a scoundrel." The girl is baffled. A scoundrel? Undeterred, she travels to the Peng family of Hebei to continue her inquiries, only to be harshly expelled. The Peng family's grand elder, Peng Doc, overhears her question and roars in anger. Wai Yonho, that wretched scoundrel." At another place, a man pushes her out, scolding her for daring to mention that name and causing chaos. He demands, "Bring me a handful of salt and sprinkle it here," before pelting her with coarse salt grains. The girl reflects. As the legendary radiant martial sovereign, Wai Yonho ended the era of chaos. He's hailed as a gentleman, a great hero, the unparalleled figure of ancient and modern times, admired by all. Yet why do people tremble or shy away when his name is mentioned? As a historian, I'm duty-bound to record even the hidden truths of history. The scene shifts to a dilapidated house where the girl meets Guang Jioshan, the Grand Master of the Beggars sect. He laughs heartily. "So, you've been to Shaolin and the Peng family only to be chased away?" She nods honestly. "Yes, I've visited many places, but the reaction is always the same." Mentioning the radiant martial sovereign sparks instant hostility. Guang Jioshan grins knowingly, as if unsurprised, and says, "Of course, it could only be like that." He begins to recount a story from 100 years ago in Guangdong. In a room, Wai Yonho lounges lazily, a true wastrel of humanity. Sprawled out, he daydreams. "I want to become the greatest under heaven." Once, a young boy dreamed of being the world's greatest martial artist. Born into a martial clan, he knew the fastest path was relentless effort. Images of calloused, scarred hands flash by, proof of hard work. But Wai Yonho closes his eyes, thinking, no matter how talented one is, without effort, nothing can be achieved. Yet, for this ambitious youth, there's one small problem. It's already too late today. Glancing out the window at the setting sun, he sits up briefly, stares at the sky, then curls back into his blankets like a cocoon. "What a pity," he mumbles. "Today was supposed to be the day I laid the first stone to become the greatest. Oh well, I'll sleep now and train tomorrow." At that moment, someone enters his room. Standing tall behind Yonho is Wai Zhonghan, the head of the Guangdong Wai clan. Observing his son drooling in sleep, Zhonghan sternly urges, "Wake up." When there's no response, he shouts, "I said wake up." Yonho groggily sits up, mumbling, "You're here?" Zhonghan glares at him. "Do you know the sun's about to set?" Yonho deflects. "Is father still healthy?" Ignoring the sidestep, Zhonghan presses. "You're still lying there, aren't you?" Yonho grins awkwardly. "Well, the sun's already setting." Furious, veins pop on Zhonghan's forehead. "Do you know how long you've been holed up in this room?" Yonho guesses, 2 or 3 days. "Maybe 2. Zhonghan snaps, "For days. For blasted days, curled up in your blankets." He lectures. "Don't you feel your back aching from lying there?" Yonho, unfazed, replies cheerfully, "Sometimes I sit up before lying back down, so no worries, father." Zhonghan's face darkens, as if he's been grievously insulted. Gritting his teeth, he glares at his son. Yonho backtracks. "No, really, I was planning to train, but every time I open my eyes, the sun's already gone. So, I sleep to wake early and practice tomorrow." This pushes Zhonghan to the brink. He lifts Yonho's bed, roaring, "Today I'll teach you a lesson for your laziness." The scene shifts back to the Wai clan in Guangdong as the sun sets. Zhonghan's scolding echoes through Yonho's room. Later, in his own quarters, Zhonghan meets Chao Bang, the clan's steward. Chao asks, "Is it about the second young master again?" Zhonghan sighs. "Who else would I worry about?" Chao reassures him. "The young master will grow wiser in time." Zhonghan, regretful, touches his face. "It's all my fault." Years ago, when Yonho was 2, Zhonghan left for a martial tournament, leaving his wife, Han Xiangya, and children behind. His eldest son, Wei Sanhao, and unborn daughter, Wei Shilian, stood with their mother, while young Yonho clung to her skirt. The tournament, expected to last 2 years, dragged on for 8 due to unforeseen events. Zhonghan earned the title Righteous Sword, but at great cost. Returning home, he found his gentle wife transformed into a formidable figure and his beloved son a lazy wastrel. Sweat beads on his brow as he recalls this. Chao, smiling, comforts him. "Don't worry, my lord. I have a solution." Zhonghan perks up. "What solution?" Chao reminds him. That person has returned. Realization dawns. Yes, he's back from the academy after 3 years. Hope flickers in Zhonghan's eyes. That's right. The only one Wei Yonho fears is him. At that moment, in Yonho's room, a chilling presence looms. Yonho shivers. Why is it so cold? He turns to see Wei Sanhao, the eldest son of the Wei clan, glaring with murderous intent after years apart. "How many hours have you been sleeping?" Sanhao demands. Yonho, sweating like a cornered puppy, stammers. "When did you get back, brother?" Sanhao's icy gaze pierces him. "Answer me." Yonho scratches his head nervously and lies. "No, brother, I was training this morning. I overdid it and just took a quick nap." Inwardly, he curses, "Damn it, when did he return?" Sanhao raises an eyebrow. "Training, you say?" Pointing to a lit candle, he orders. "Then split that candle with one strike. Let me see how much you've grown in the 3 years I've been gone." Yonho, who hasn't trained at all, grabs a sword and stands before the candle, his brother's menacing presence behind him. Stalling, he mumbles. "It's dangerous indoors." Sanhao snaps. "I'll handle it." "Strike now." With no escape, Yonho closes his eyes, swings his sword with exaggerated flair, and unleashes a move called Flying Dragon Ascension. He glances back nervously, hoping for success. But the candle remains untouched, burning brightly without a scratch. Yonho's heart sinks. "I'm done for." Sanhao, expressionless, speaks coldly. 3 years. Enough time to master a sword technique or break through a new realm. Yet you're worse than before. He walks out, leaving Yonho in despair. Later, at a warmly lit dining room, the Wei family gathers for a meal. Yonho, pale with dread, thinks, "I'm doomed this time." Zhonghan asks Sanhao, "How was life at the academy?" Sanhao replies, "It was fine, father." Zhonghan continues, "Any difficulties?" Sanhao smiles. "If training had no challenges, it wouldn't be training. They're obstacles I must overcome." Zhonghan nods, pleased. "You've endured much in my absence." Sanhao humbly counters, "Father, you've faced far greater trials in your tournament." Zhonghan changes the topic. "Any other issues?" Sanhao slams his chopsticks down, his face serious. "Yes, father. It's about Yonho." Zhonghan's expression shifts, and Han Xiangyao looks curious. "What about Yonho?" Yonho feigns ignorance. "Me?" Sanhao declares firmly, "I'll take Yonho to the academy." Yonho freezes, feeling his life flash before his eyes. Back in the present, Guang Jioshan continues his tale to the attentive girl. Master Wushan and Peng Doc grit their teeth at the mere mention of Wei Yonho, picturing his sword and a blue dragon. In the past, Yonho grips his sword, resting it on his shoulder with a blank expression, a seemingly foolish youth. Reluctantly following his brother, no one could have foreseen that this lazy boy would one day become a legendary master who shakes the heavens. Wei Yonho is reluctantly dragged to the martial academy, half-hearted and grumbling. At the Wei clan, farewells are bittersweet. His younger sister, Wei Shilian, sobs and clings to him. "Brother, don't go." But no one tries to keep him back. Wei Zhonghan, the clan head, grins widely. "Return as a true man." Han Xiangya, his mother, looks worried but wishes him well. "Be careful on your journey, son." Yonho waves goodbye. "Don't cry, I'll definitely return." Shilian calls out, "Stay strong, brother." Zhonghan's incessant chuckling prompts a sharp nudge from his wife. "Stop laughing already." Thus begins Yonho's journey with his stern elder brother, Wei Sanhao. The trip is smooth, at least from Sanhao's disciplined perspective. Yonho, however, slumps lazily on his horse, barely lifting his head to whine. "How much farther?" Sanhao, riding ahead, replies calmly, "Just 10 more days." Yonho nearly falls off his horse. "What? 10 days?" Sanhao glances back coolly. "If you rode properly, it'd take 5. I didn't say you're to blame, though you are." "You asked," I answered. Yonho slouches further. "Can't we rest? My back's killing me, and my rear feels like it's exploding." Spotting 2 figures lying under a tree, he seizes an excuse. Look, they're so exhausted they're sprawled out on the road. But something's off. Sanhao's face darkens as he senses trouble and dismounts without a word. Yonho, confused, mutters, "What's he doing? Where's he going?" Sanhao approaches the figures, and Yonho curiously follows. Standing over them, Sanhao coldly declares, "Too late." The two men are dead. Yonho's face pales, and he screams, "What?" Sanhao lifts one's sleeve, revealing strange markings etched on the body. This is the work of the peach blossom palm. Yonho, hiding behind his brother, stammers, "Peach blossom palm? Like a seductive technique?" Sanhao explains, "It was originally called crimson flower palm, but a vile fiend named Su Jui used it to commit heinous crimes, so it was renamed." He doesn't haunt brothels, but preys on women traveling remote mountain paths. These bodies marked by the peach blossom palm mean Su Jui has struck here, targeting a woman nearby. Sanhao's eyes narrow with resolve. He spots a clue in the distance and, with a burst of energy, dashes off at lightning speed. Yonho, left behind, yells, "You're leaving me with these corpses?" Sanhao, already hundreds of meters away, ignores him. Yonho stares in despair, muttering, "Brother, my life's over." Glancing around, he sees only the two horses and the bodies. As dark clouds gather and night falls, he shouts, "Liar! Why hasn't he come back? He should have taken me along." Approaching a horse, he wonders, did something happen? He's never this late. Strange noises echo in the silent night. Gripping the reins, Yonho resolves, "I can't stay lazy like this, or I'll end up tiger food." A sudden lightning bolt strikes behind him, startling him. Heavy rain pours through the trees. Yonho, soaked and miserable, looks skyward like a soulless zombie. "I'm done for." Gritting his teeth, he hauls the corpses onto the horses, cursing. "If I leave them, beasts will get them, but I can't just abandon them either." And now it's raining. Using what little strength he has from years of lounging, he searches for shelter. The horses, spooked, rear up and neigh loudly. Exasperated, Yonho snaps, "What now?" These beasts won't listen. A lightning flash illuminates the chaos, and one horse kicks him, sending him tumbling backward. Leaves scatter as he crashes down, instinctively striking a sleeping pose mid-fall. Groaning, he rubs his back. "Ouch! My back! Damn that horse!" Covered in mud, Yonho notices his surroundings. A cave, he laughs triumphantly. "Perfect, I found shelter." The horses follow him inside, neighing defiantly. Yonho sighs, "I can't even beat you guys." Glancing at his pathetic state, he grumbles, "What have I become?" The rain pounds outside as he leaves a marker at the cave entrance, hoping Sanhao will find him. True to form, Yonho lies down, muttering, "I'm done. Time to sleep." Worried about his brother, he reassures himself he's fine. Someone like him always comes back. Within seconds, he's snoring. Unbeknownst to him, the horses break free and wander off. As dawn breaks, sunlight filters into the cave, but Yonho sleeps on. Suddenly, a green aura envelopes him, lifting his body into the air. Still snoring, oblivious to the world, he's propelled through the cave's stone walls by an unseen force, disappearing without a trace. Later, he groggily wakes, wiping drool, and finds himself in a vast cavern bathed in faint golden light. Confused, he mutters, "Where am I? This looks like the cave, but did I roll this far in my sleep?" A booming voice startles him, making him fall backward. Before him, the green aura forms a glowing orb, speaking, "Welcome, fated one. You've arrived here by destiny. I am the remnant will of Bai Wuxian, the radiant sword." Yonho, staring at the glowing corona, asks, "You're talking from that shiny thing?" The voice confirms, indeed. "I've transcended flesh, time, and space, and now pass my will to you." It urges, "Accept my will and bring peace to the world." Yonho panics, "A ghost?" The voice calms him, "Fear not. I've ascended. What remains is merely my intent, left for the destined one. Accept my will without doubt." Yonho's eyes light up, recognizing the trope. A hidden cave, the will of an ancient master. This is it. My lucky break. He grins. "If I get this power, I can skip the academy." The voice continues, "Time is short. Accept my swordsmanship and restore justice to the world. Inherit the radiant sword style and train tirelessly." Yonho nods eagerly. "Yes, sir." The voice adds, "If you bear my bloodline, your talent is extraordinary. Train here for 30 years, and you'll wield a fraction of my power." Yonho's face falls. 30 years. The voice affirms, indeed 30 years of diligent training. Yonho flashes a starry-eyed smile, raising a hand. Nope, I'm not your fated one. Find someone else. The voice stunned roars. What did you say? Yonho casually turns to leave. If it takes 30 years, I'm out. Thanks but no thanks. Back in the present, Guang Jioshin continues his tale to the girl, gesturing dramatically. And that encounter marked the start of that fool Wai Yonho's journey. An image flashes of Yonho, sword in hand, effortlessly cutting down foes with a heroic aura. The scene continues in the past. After rejecting the offer, Wai Yonho bows dramatically and bolts toward the exit with lightning speed, muttering, Farewell! A commanding voice halts him. Hold it right there. The green aura coalesces into the form of an old man, by Wuxian, the radiant sword. I told you to wait. Yonho pauses, glaring suspiciously. I knew it. You're some kind of con artist. Bai Wuxian bristles at the accusation. How dare you call me a fraud? Hiding didn't work, so I revealed myself. Is that it? Yonho retorts. Exactly. The old master and the young slacker bicker fiercely. Bai insists. I'm not hiding. I'm truly a will detached from mortal flesh. Yonho, skeptical, repeats. Detached from mortal flesh? He throws a punch at Bai's face, but his fist passes through the spectral figure, sending him tumbling backward. Bai Wuxian stares, baffled by Yonho's antics. What are you playing at? Yonho, pale and trembling, screams. You're really a ghost? Bai quickly corrects. Not a ghost. This is the will transference technique, a skill only the greatest masters can wield. Yonho casually retorts. Where I'm from, we call that a ghost. Bai, exasperated, snaps. I said it's not a ghost. Back in the present, Guang Jioshin, the Grand Master of the Beggars sect, continues his tale late into the night, gnawing on a chicken leg. And so, Wai Yonho met his master. The girl, intrigued, asks, the will transference technique? That really exists. Spitting out a bone, Guang replies. It's a secret art only supreme martial masters can perform. The girl presses. Who is this master with such power? Guang's face grows serious. Ever heard of the Sword Emperor? She nods eagerly. Of course. The unparalleled figure of all time, the greatest master of the 10,000 swords by clan, immortalized in martial history. Guang grins. Exactly. Bai Wuxian, the Radiant Sword, later known as the Sword Emperor, was the mentor of the Radiant Martial Sovereign. The girl gasps. Him? From 300 years ago? Guang nods. Yes, a forgotten legend of his era. But his meeting with Wai Yonho was real. She marvels. Incredible. So, the Radiant Martial Sovereign immediately begged to become his disciple, right? Guang chuckles. Wai Yonho? Quite the opposite. After 300 years without a successor, Bai Wuxian was desperate to take a disciple. Back in the past, Bai Wuxian roars. You will become my disciple. Yonho, unfazed, strolls toward the exit. Why so angry? I'm not cut out for this. Goodbye. Bai, face red with fury, extends a hand as if casting a spell. Think I'll let you leave so easily? With a thunderous rumble, a massive stone gate, impervious even to ants, slams down, blocking Yonho's path. Bai smirks. Behold a stone gate a zhang thick. With your current strength, you'll never lift or break it. He drifts behind Yonho, adding, But learn my martial arts, and that gate will be like paper. One slash and it's gone. Yonho rummages in his pocket, sighing, Fine, I'm out of options. Bai, assuming compliance, is stunned when Yonho starts digging at the stone with his sword. What are you doing? Bai demands. Yonho replies, digging obviously. It's just stone. Scrape long enough and it'll give. A year or two and I'm through. Bai's eyes widen in disbelief. A year or two? Exasperated, Bai fumes. You're planning to dig for years? You said my 30-year training was too long. Yonho laughs, undeterred, continuing his absurd task. Bai, pushed to his limit, resorts to pleading. Fine, try learning once. I swear you won't be disappointed. Yonho coolly replies, not interested. Bai persists. I'll get you out in 20 years. Yonho snaps, 2 years? Then lounging he adds, 3 years maybe I'd consider. Bai's face turns tomato red. 3 years. Even Zhang Sanfeng Reborn couldn't master my skills in 3 years. Yonho grabs his sword and stands. Guess we're not fated then. Bai, nearing a breakdown, compromises, 5 years. I'll make you the greatest in the world in 5 years. Yonho pauses, eyeing the vivid, lifelike will. Will this clear? Unheard of. Maybe half of what he says is true. Could he really be the greatest master? Driving his sword into the ground, he declares, Fine, I'll become a master. Pointing at Bai, he grins. Let's see what you've got, old man. Back in the present, Guang Joshin sighs. Poor sword emperor. Yonho had no idea he was dealing with the Bai Wuxian. In the past, Yonho's laziness persists. He sprawls out, sleeping soundly. Bai, furious, shouts, "Wake up, you wretch!" Yonho grumbles, "I'm sleepy. Don't you ever sleep?" Then, smirking, "Oh, right, you're already dead. But I'm alive, and the living need sleep. Don't you know that?" Bai curses the heavens, swallowing his pride. "Fine, I'm sorry. Now train." His final disciple is an unbelievably lazy fool. Yonho yawns. "Practice right after waking? I sleep all day, that's normal. Training once and quitting is enough." Bai gestures wildly. "At this rate, 50 years won't be enough." Yonho muses. "No faster way to learn? A real master would make it easy." Bai, choking on rage, mutters, "I'm sorry, I give up. If I had a body, I'd have burst a vein by now." He glares at Yonho, rolling on the ground laughing like a madman. Yonho props his chin. "So, about that trick the other day. How'd you do it?" "Dropping that huge stone gate." Bai explains, "I pulled a preset mechanism with my energy. No body needed. It's the void manipulation technique." He pauses, a realization dawning, then laughs uncontrollably. "Why didn't I see it sooner?" Yonho, sweating, asks, "What's with you?" "Gone mad, old man." Bai beams, "I was bound by my lack of a body and 300 years of maintaining this will. But thanks to you, I've discovered something wonderful." As Yonho mutters, "What's he babbling about?" a rock whizzes past his face, kicking up dust. Yonho freezes as another stone rockets toward him with terrifying force. Bai, no longer holding back, grins triumphantly. "Thanks to you, I've realized that without a body, I can still control objects like stones. Dozens of them." Yonho, trembling, stammers, "Wait, master." He ducks as Bai's long-suppressed training begins, filling the cave with Yonho's wails. From that day, training under Bai Wuxian is relentless. By day, Yonho practices swordsmanship without pause. At night, they discuss sword techniques, even training in his sleep with the peerless dream refinement technique. Life becomes the sword. Bai hurls stones at Yonho, who, with newfound skill, blocks and slices them in half. Bai smiles, satisfied. No moment is wasted on laziness. 5 years pass like an arrow. The cave is littered with split stones. One day, Yonho, now transformed, lifts a massive boulder single-handedly. His hair, grown long over his eyes, sways as he strides out. The stone gate crashes down behind him. Raising his head to the sky, he smirks. The one who will shake the world has emerged. Flashing back to the day before, while Yonho is dozing off in the cave. Bai Wuxian calls out, "Yonho, wake up!" Groaning, Yonho pleads, "Just a bit more sleep, master. Don't you trust me?" But he sits up, startled, as Bai, sitting cross-legged with a serious expression, beckons, "Come here." Yonho, puzzled, asks, "What's wrong, master?" Bai chuckles warmly. "My whole life, I honed my martial arts, chasing the ultimate peak of mastery. I cared for nothing else, becoming an eccentric old man, even shunned by my own clan." Yonho, stunned, thinks, "Why is master acting so strange today?" Bai continues, "Looking back, it's no surprise my clan never sought me out. I abandoned my family and children for martial arts, believing reaching the pinnacle would fulfill me. But it didn't." His hand reaches toward a fading light, plunging the cave into darkness. Martial arts are ultimately about humanity. What's the point of mastering the sword if you ignore the human path? Yonho, shocked, listens as Bai says earnestly, "You made me realize this. For the first time, I taught a person, not just a student. I scolded you, got angry, but watching you grow brought me joy, true joy. I finally understood what it means to feel." Yonho, confused, stammers, "Master, what's going on? Why do you sound like you're leaving forever?" Bai smiles gently, "The time has come, my boy." Yonho panics, his usual lazy demeanor gone. "What? You said 30 years. It's only been 5. You owe me 25 more." Bai sighs, "Yes, I said that. I gave you my inner core so you could survive here without eating. But maintaining it wasn't easy." Looking into Yonho's eyes, he adds, "My strength is exhausted. It's time for us to part." Yonho protests, "Why didn't you tell me? I could have left, found food, and come back to train." Bai, resigned, replies, "If you left, would you have returned?" Yonho, desperate, pleads, "Don't go." Bai stands, a white aura enveloping him. "These moments with you were joyful. I wish I could see you roam the world, but this is enough." He envisions Yonho dominating the martial world, smiling with satisfaction. Look to the heavens, embrace the world. Don't chase heights while ignoring what's beneath your feet. Avoid my mistakes. Bai's final words echo. Even if I can't see you again, even if the world forgets me, every swing of your sword carries me within it. The green aura around him grows brighter. You don't need to be great or extraordinary. Yonho, tears streaming, begs. Master, don't go. I still have so much to learn. Bai reassures, you've learned enough. Just live happily. With that, he fades into the void, leaving Yonho alone, head bowed in grief, tears and snot flowing. Master, if you'd told me sooner. Snapping back to the present, Yonho's sorrow turns to fury. That old crook left without warning. He glares at the robe Bai inscribed with words, muttering, when did he write all this? If you're going to leave, do it properly. He roars, loud enough to echo across continents. What kind of trick is this? The robe's message reveals. Over 5 years, Yonho mastered internal energy through refinement, but his martial skills remain incomplete. Fearing Yonho's laziness would halt his progress, Bai embedded his inner core in Yonho's body, designed to autonomously develop his martial arts over time. However, if Yonho's comprehension lags behind the core's growth, he risks death from overwhelming internal energy. In short, slack off and you're dead, kid. Yonho trembles with rage. That blasted old man tricked me again. The robe continues Bai's advice. Travel the world, observe its wonders. You'll gain insight and mastery will follow. Don't stagnate in complacency, become a great man. Yonho, touched but still grumbling, mutters, curse that old master. Bai's final instruction directs him to Rulin, the land of scholars, to find the world's greatest scholar and learn from him. Yonho freezes. Rulin? Wait, what? His complaints echo through the forest. How many places does that old man want me to go? Stretching his joints, Yonho sighs. I was planning to head home, settle things, and tell father and mother not to worry. Glancing aside, he closes his eyes. Guess I have to do this. Bowing deeply to the empty cave, he murmurs, I won't return here. You tormented me to the end. As he walks away, grumbling, where the heck is Rulin anyway? The cave falls silent. Suddenly, Bai Wuxin's figure reappears, chuckling slyly. That kid won't wither away if he doesn't explore the world. What kind of nonsense martial art is that? I can't let him rot in some corner. Watching Yonho's retreating figure, Bai smiles happily. Your skills are precious, little brat. With that, he truly vanishes, his lingering aura drifting toward Yonho, carrying a faint scent of flowers. Yonho, puzzled, sniffs. Why does it smell like grass? Time passes. In Kaifeng, a ragged figure appears, clothes filthy, legs bony, and skin scratched. Yonho, looking like a starved beggar after 10 years, calls out, Anyone here? Is this the beggar's sect? He stands before Zhang Ri, a branch leader of the sect. Zhang, eyeing the skeletal figure, thinks, what's this walking corpse? He confirms, yes, this is it. Yonho explains, I'm here to ask something. Zhang smirks, got money? Nothing's free. He sizes Yonho up, noting his second-rate aura and decrepit appearance. I've never seen a beggar this pathetic, more ghost than man. Zhang offers, we're in the same trade, so I'd help for free, but rules are rules. Fellow beggars, right? Yonho pounds his chest, indignant. Who looks like a beggar? Zhang, exasperated, points. Everything about you screams beggar. Sit by the road with a basket, and you'd rake in silver. Why waste such talent? Suddenly, Zhang freezes, then grabs Yonho's arm. Brother, want to work with me? Moments later, Yonho sits before a pile of copper coins, bewildered. Zhang, trembling with excitement, tosses coins in the air. Half a day, and we've earned enough for 6 months of branch funds. The room echoes with cheers. The god of wealth has arrived. Beggars outside gape, whispering, Is this the legendary beggar? Zhang, holding a chicken leg, grins. So, what do you want to know? Yonho, like an addict, demands a list of renowned scholars, their addresses, preferences, and specialties. Also famous blacksmiths, their addresses, preferences, and skills. And notable figures too. Zhang, stunned, sputters, all that. But he nods. I promised, so I'll deliver. Come back in 7 days. 7 days later, Yonho lounges in the room. I've nowhere to go and nothing to do, so I'll stick around. Zhang, sweating, thinks, stay here? He agrees, fine, stay. But days later, he regrets it. A beggar rushes in. Big trouble. Zhang snaps. What's the fuss? What can beggars mess up? The man cries, our sect's starving. Zhang's jaw drops. What? Others point at 2 beggars, shouting, You nobodies dare beg here? Scram. Zhang hurries over. What's going on? He freezes, dumbstruck. A voice calls, if you're begging, at least do it like that. Yonho, with his corpse-like appearance, has amassed a fortune. Someone marvels. I've never seen anyone this pitiful. Another tosses food. Eat something, you poor thing. Zhang, mouth agape, watches as Yonho officially joins the beggar's sect, muttering, making money's too easy. Why, Yonho parched groans. I'm so thirsty. Zhang Ri, the beggar's sect branch leader, treats him like a golden goose, barking. Water. Get water now. Handed a bowl, Yonho complains. This is filthy. Zhang snaps. No brain, huh? I said use a clean bowl, you idiot. Yonho, lounging, waits for food and drink to be served, driving Zhang mad. Get up the mountain and fetch cold, clean water. How many times do I have to say it? Turning back, he finds Yonho already snoring. So comfy, Yonho mumbles. Zhang, fuming, curses silently, damn it. A grown man rarely cries, but Zhang's eyes well up from sheer frustration. I'm a branch leader, yet I'm serving this wretched beggar? He mutters. If I kick him out, my disciples will starve. When's that info he paid for coming? Yonho whines, my back hurts. Zhang, like a loyal dog, rushes to massage it. No sore backs allowed. Suddenly, a shout rings out. Branch leader, the info's here. Zhang, ecstatic, cheers, finally. Yonho grabs the paper, scanning it, then grumbles. This is it? You call this intelligence? Zhang, speechless, snatches it back. Let me see. Reading it, his face darkens. These bastards want us dead? This is half-baked info. We can't let this slide. We act now. Yonho, sitting up, muses, running low on funds, so you're scheming for more? Zhang waves him off. Hold it, before this beggar causes trouble. Soon, Zhang drags Yonho through Kaifeng's streets to meet someone. Who's this esteemed guest gracing us? A woman with striking red lips, like they were freshly painted, smirks. I never expected Wolf Fox Zhang Ri to show up here. She's Gui Nyang, hall master of Kaifeng's Hao clan, an intelligence organization. Zhang bows, greetings, hall master. Yonho, oblivious, whispers, Wolf Fox? Like a mangy dog? What a ridiculous nickname. Zhang, swallowing his rage, ignores the cursed fool. Addressing Gui Nyang, he says, we need information. Yonho, still joking, mutters, what a moron. Gui Nyang, amused, peers at them. A lowly beggar's sect branch leader visiting the Hao clan for intel? Our groups are like fire and water. What's your game? Zhang, exasperated, clarifies. It's not the sect. I'm just escorting this guest. Yonho, acting high, chimes, idiot's really an idiot. Gui Nyang, sweating, snaps. Are you mocking me? Observing Yonho, she fumes. Not only is this a beggar's sect request, but the client's a beggar too? Are you ridiculing the Hao clan or provoking us? We sell no info to your kind. Yonho casually retorts. I'm not with the beggar's sect. Gui Nyang turns to leave. Keep mocking the Hao clan, and don't blame me for being ruthless. We have our dignity. Yonho, fearless, taunts. Aren't you an intelligence group? You don't even know I'm not with them, yet you claim to sell info? No shame. Her body trembles with rage. With a shout, a cloud of gray smoke envelopes the area. A voice echoes, who is he? Another answers, unknown, but not from the beggar's sect. Gui Nyang sighs, exasperated, while Yonho grins smugly. See? Now sell me the info. Her sneer returns, not in the mood. No sale. Scram. Yonho, laughing like a fool, jabs. Your merchant honors in the dirt, refusing money like that. She ignores him, but he presses. Looks like the Hao clan's days are numbered. Pushed to her limit, she growls. Watch your mouth, or you'll lose limbs. Yonho, unfazed, quips. Didn't say anything wrong. His next words enrage her. Old hag? She roars. You dare insult the Hao clan? Ordering. Attack. Teach him manners. A black-clad figure charges at Yonho with blazing speed. Zhang shouts, no. But Yonho, stopping him with one hand, effortlessly counters, slamming the attacker down. Gui Nyang's eyes widen in shock. Zhang, equally stunned, gapes. Yonho, fist still dusty, stands tall, muttering, sorry, reflex. If they attack, I hit back. If he'd warned me, I'd have gone easy. Zhang thinks, I knew he trained, but his strength is unreal, a monster. Yonho strides forward, grumbling. All because of that old man. Gui Nyang, now cautious, stammers. I didn't know a master was here. We were just chatting. She eyes him suspiciously. She doesn't buy his friendly act. Zhang, flustered, explains. Hall master, I swear, no ill intent. The beggar's sect can't handle this info alone, so we came for help. Gui Nyang scoffs. You brought him here for that? Like entering a tiger's den for its fur? Zhang insists, hard to believe but true. She relents. Fine, I'll trust you once. The masked attacker rises, but she adds coldly. Providing info is another matter. He injured our man. That demands a price. Her aura turns murderous. Blood for blood, life for life. 4 burly figures appear, the 4 shadows. Yonho, unfazed, chuckles. Everyone here's so dramatic. Guanyang declares, whatever your goal, you won't leave unscathed after harming my people. Yonho, fearless, sighs. Why don't you listen? I said it wasn't on purpose. He attacked first, so I reacted lightly. Guanyang, livid, snaps, lightly? The Black Path's rules are simple. Harm a hand, lose your limbs. Touch a face, lose yours. Yonho grins. Sounds like predatory loan sharks. Zhang pleads, stop talking. Guanyang, surrounded by her men, growls, you're begging for death. Yonho, scratching his head, quips, sorry, my face is no meat, haven't eaten lately. Her veins bulge and she orders, kill him. For blades flash, their wielders' faces like bloodthirsty demons. Yonho muses, first you said you'd carve my face, now kill me? Interest rates spike fast, compound interest is scary. With swift moves, he downs all 4 in an instant. Guanyang's jaw drops as the men crash to the ground. Yonho, glowing with a faint green aura, stands firm. I'm not here to kill.